Hi, this is Erica Johnson with HotAir.com. I'm here with the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, Erica, glad to be with you.
Glad to be with you as well. I just wanted to ask you really quick. I think Obama gave an online Ask Me Anything session yesterday, and he touched on possibly mobilizing a constitutional amendment to overturn Citizens United. I know you're a big First Amendment guy.
It would be a genuine act of radicalism. We have not amended the First Amendment in 235 years since it was put in the Bill of Rights. The fact that the President of the United States is advocating amending the First Amendment to cut a notch out of the First Amendment so that the government itself can determine who speaks and who doesn't could only be described, as I said earlier, a genuine act of radicalism.
Absolutely. It's insane. And I feel like corporate money is just, for Barack Obama, it's another one of the reasons, he can't get ahead. It's another one of the excuses and the distractions. And speaking of which, we know that more attacks against the obstructionist Congress and the do-nothing Republicans and the hostage takers are going to come as we get into the tax fight towards the end here. Just more distractions. How is Congress going to work to parry those attacks as we work
let me just deal with the obstructionism argument. The first 2 years of Barack Obama, he wasn't obstructed. He had a 40-seat majority in the House. He had 60 votes in the Senate. I would love to have been able to obstruct the stimulus, Obamacare, and the like. They had the votes, and they did it. The American people took a look at that, and in November of 10, they issued a national restraining order.
Right.
Said, stop. And so we're not doing any more of that. That's over. And if the American people give us the ability to clean up the mess, we're going to clean up the mess. And we're going to start with repealing Obamacare. I would hope the new president, Mitt Romney, would have a one-year moratorium on all new regulations. Tell business, we're going to get off your back and out of your life, and we want you to go out there and invest and hire people and get this economy going again. Take a totally different approach. Look, if government spending would create an economic boom, we'd be in the middle of the boom.
Right.
We've added $5 trillion to the national debt. We're threatening to raise taxes on 1 million small businesses. That isn't working. 41 straight months of unemployment above 8%. We now have a debt the size of our economy, which makes us look a lot like Greece. We don't need any more of that.
Absolutely.
So that doesn't work. We need to go in a different direction. I hope the American people give us a chance to do that.
And speaking of which, so we have a lot of tight Senate races coming up, but there's a real chance here. Just as Minority Leader, can you give us a quick state on the state of the races?
Well, there are a lot of Democratic seats up, 23, only 10 Republican seats.
Right.
We need a net 4. It's entirely possible. I don't think we're going to lose any seats that we currently have. And on offense, there are a bunch. There's North Dakota and Montana and Nebraska, Missouri, I hope, Virginia, Ohio, Wisconsin, Florida, and improbably enough, we even have a shot in places like Connecticut, New Mexico, and Hawaii. So there are plenty of opportunities out there, lots of close races. Way too early to be measuring the curtains, but I think we have at least a 50-50 shot of flipping the Senate.
All right, excellent. And just last question, we're here in Tampa at the Republican National Convention. Mitt Romney is going to speak tonight. What do you want to hear from him?
Yeah, I think the American people need to hear from him where he wants to take the country. They know what Obama's record is. They're beginning to learn more about how Mitt Romney's lived his very exemplary life. And now they'd like to know, where are you going to take us? How are you different from the people who are there now? And I think he'll begin to lay out that blueprint for fixing America. This is a guy who spent his life fixing things.
Right.
And if ever there was a country that needed fixing, it's ours, and it's now. And Mr. Fix-It's going to lay out tonight how he tends to do that.
A turnaround artist indeed. Well, Senator, thank you so much for being with us today.